Dr. Martin Luther King's letter from the Birmingham City Jail. While confined here in the Birmingham City Jail, I came across your recent statement calling our present activities unwise and untimely. Seldom, if ever, do I pause to answer the criticism of my work and ideas. But since I feel that you are men of genuine goodwill and that your criticisms are sincerely set forth, I would like to answer your statement in what I hope will be patient and reasonable terms. I think first I should give the reason for my being in Birmingham, since you have been influenced by the argument of outsiders coming in. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. What affects one directly affects all indirectly. Never again can we afford to live in the narrow provincial outside agitator idea. An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. The urge for freedom will eventually come. This is what has happened to the American Negro. Something within has reminded him of his birthright of freedom. Something without has reminded him that he can gain it. So I have not said to my people, get rid of your discontent, but I have tried to say that this normal and healthy discontent can be channeled through the creative outlet of nonviolent direct action. Now this approach is being dismissed as extremist. I must admit that I was initially disappointed in being so categorized. But as I began to think about the matter, I gradually gained a bit of satisfaction from being considered an extremist. Was not Jesus an extremist for love, saying, love your enemies, bless those that curse you, and pray for those that diligently use you? Was not Amos an extremist for justice, saying, let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream? Was not Paul an extremist for the gospel of Jesus Christ, saying, I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Jesus? Was not Paul Bunyan an extremist, saying, I shall stay in jail for the rest of my days before I make a mockery of my conscience? Was not Abraham Lincoln an extremist, saying that this nation cannot survive half slave and half free? Was not Thomas Jefferson an extremist, saying we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal? So the question is not whether we will be extremists, but what kind of extremist will we be? Will we be extremists for hate, or will we be extremists for love? Will we be extremists for the preservation of injustice, or will we be extremists for the cause of justice? If I have said anything in this letter that is an understatement of the truth and is indicative of my having an unreasonable impatience, I beg you to forgive me. If I have said anything in this letter that is an overstatement of the truth and is indicative of my having a patience that makes me patient with anything less than brotherhood, I beg God to forgive me. Yours for the cause of peace and brotherhood, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Thank you.